Welcome back everyone to Crypto and More. So today we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart. A lot of people have been asking me what's going on with the market. Why is everything going down? Um, it's actually if you looked at my previous two videos, we've predicted this. We had, a feeling that Bitcoin was just even though it was setting new all-time highs, it wasn't going significantly higher. It was only going up by a few $100, which is not that much, and every week there was always a new all-time high. But we were looking at the volume actually going lower, and the push up wasn't significant, and that basically shows weakness in the buyers. They just couldn't push the price, higher, over 70,000. They just couldn't. It was a few $100 over just every week, and a lot of people were excited because every week there was a new all-time high. But when it's not a significant, increase, it's kind of like a warning sign, especially when you see Bitcoin already, you know, trending up for a while. It was trending up for a few weeks, and then towards the end it was setting new all-time highs again, but it wasn't as significant as like these three candles over here, these over here. So um, we were predicting that it was gonna, consolidate, trend down. I was a little off on Bitcoin. I put in this right here where I thought that it was gonna stick between the 60,000 and the $58,000 level. It did go a little bit below, all the way to the 56K. Not a big of a deal. It's back up here, or close to that $58,000 level again. Um, it's mostly wicks down here, so I didn't spend too much time down there, but I was a little off. The one that I was actually on point so far was Ethereum. I felt like Ethereum, like the lowest it was gonna go was about the $4,000 level, which it hit and it bounced off of it. It's actually above the 8 EMA right now, or SMA, sorry, the 8 SMA. So Ethereum has actually been looking a lot healthier than Bitcoin, in my opinion. If you look at Bitcoin, it's actually below the 8 SMA right now, so it's not a good sign. I would like to see it above it. Um, but and I think this is the reason why our people are saying it's a bear trap. It's just to scare, the new people out of the market. You had your little fun, and you probably made some gains over here, but for those people that are holding, seeing the price go down, it's especially if they haven't been in the market for a while, to them this is pretty scary, you know. Um, so what I actually wanted to show you, and I'll come back to the Bitcoin chart right now, was the DXY. So for those of you that don't know, the DXY and Bitcoin, it's like a negative correlation. When Bitcoin goes up, DXY goes down. When the DXY goes down, Bitcoin tends to go up. So um, it's a pretty good indicator of where you might have an idea where Bitcoin might go. Because looking at the Bitcoin chart, you're kind of questioning whether is it going to go all the way down to the 21 SMA, which is all the way to the $50,000 level in the short term, medium term. You just right here, I'm just not 100% sure. My opinion, at least just looking at the Bitcoin chart, is that if it breaks below the support level, then yes, it's gonna go to the 21 SMA. If it doesn't, then most likely it's just gonna, keep trending sideways or go a lot higher. But if you look at the DXY, actually I have it here on the side. I put it on the weekly. It's extremely extremely overbought. I mean, you see the RSI all the way up here. You see the Stoke RSI, pretty high as well. There's no sell signal yet on the side for B divergence, but it's pretty extended, and it's pretty far away from the 8 SMA. So to me, that's a sign of there's gonna be a pullback on the DXY soon. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen right now. It doesn't mean it's going to be tomorrow or sometime this week or maybe next week, but it's like a warning sign. It's if it goes higher, same thing like I said with Bitcoin, it's not going to go that much higher. So you're going to see a small pullback, soon, at least in the short term. Same thing if I put the 2 weeks up here. Stochastic RSI is pretty overbought. The RSI, it's up there, not as high as I would like it to see, because that would give me a better, more comfort in that Bitcoin is gonna go a lot higher. But it's still, at least for us crypto investors, a good sign in the short term. Daily as well, pretty overbought. You actually start seeing a small pullback as of right now. So um, we have to wait and see, obviously, what happens with Bitcoin. If you look at the 2 weeks, uh, there is a sell signal. So this is where, I couldn't really tell where Bitcoin was going to go in the short term, whether it was going to go below 56,000, maybe go to 54, 52, 50K, because those are levels that a lot of people are looking at. They're looking at the 54 to 52K or 52K to 50K. Um, it's a little tough. It's a little tough to say, but I would like for Bitcoin not to go under the 56K, but if it does break down the 56K or under this recent low, which is around 55.4, then I would say the 21 SMA, which is about the $50,000 level, would be the next level to look at if it does break below this. But it's looking actually pretty healthy, to be honest, in the very short term. On the daily, there's a buy signal on the Cypher B. Stochastic RSI is pretty low. RSI is pretty low as well. So I think we're going to see Bitcoin go up in the very short term, at least in my opinion. Uh, and we just have to wait and see. The one thing that I did try to look at in Bitcoin is that even though the weekly and the 2 weeks tend to be look a little bit overbought, let me go to the monthly actually. The Stochastic RSI on the monthly is actually relatively low, which I was surprised that I saw it this low. We saw a buy signal obviously last month. Um, And even though the RSI seems to be like it's way up here, close to the overbought levels, like it's just kissing the line. If you actually look back here, which is something where I was surprised, but at least here, the Stoke RSI was extremely overbought, or it looked like not extremely, but it was getting to the very overbought levels, and the RSI was also close to the overbought levels. And if remember, we're looking at the monthly chart, and even though it was close to or at overbought levels, it still went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Uh, so 5 more months of it being up here. So when I saw that, the fact that the Stoke RSI was pretty up here and the RSI was up here as well. If we look here where we're at now, the Stoke RSI is extremely low, even though the RSI is close to where it was here. So if Bitcoin will go higher, let's say in December, we have potential of being another 5 months of uptrend, especially since we have this buy signal here on the Cypher B. So I thought it was pretty interesting. It's just something, I'm putting out there. Obviously, I'm not saying that it's gonna go up for 5, 6 months straight, after November. Um, but I think it's a pretty healthy sign that, maybe the people on YouTube are correct. Maybe it is a a bear trap. So obviously we just gotta wait and see. But if you're trying to see what's gonna happen in the short term, like I said, I think in the very short term, I think Bitcoin's just it's gonna go up. Like I said, just looking at what's happening right now, I don't think it's gonna go any lower. But obviously, no one really knows what's gonna happen in the market. Just be prepared. If it does go below the recent local low, you gotta be looking at this is the 100 day actually. That's another. So we would have to look at the 100 day EMA. Where is the EMA? Like the EMA is on the daily. Uh, it has to hold this line. It has to hold the 55, $5,400 level. If it goes below, then you have to keep looking at the higher time frames, and go from there. Um, and on that one was what, 50,000. So if it goes below 54, most likely it's going to go all the way down to the 50s. This tends to move over time, so it really depends on how fast we go down. If we go uh, below this right here, but um, I think we're gonna be okay. I think at least for the very short term, especially looking at the DXY, since it's been pretty overbought. I think we're gonna have a pullback on the DXY, and due to that negative correlation, we're gonna start seeing Bitcoin go up as well. So that's what I would like to see. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that maybe after November, we're gonna start seeing Bitcoin go a lot higher? What do you think the altcoins? What do you think the altcoins are gonna do? You think they're gonna, have, you know, take a step back from Bitcoin and just watch it go up, or do you think they're gonna go up with Bitcoin as well? But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching, and if you guys celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't, then I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.